Alright, welcome back, Pokemon Ghost players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is June 12th, 2022. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Hey, it's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please. We're back at it again. We've been adventuring all week, and we are very excited to tell you about it.
It's been an ultra adventure for sure. I can tell you that much.
A lot to unlock.
Well, we're gonna start with a 10k hatch because, it's hatching and might as well get it out of the way. Wanted to wait until the podcast started, and if it's a shiny royal, I'm going home. Okay, good me, I'm okay.
That's a cool one.
Yeah. I mean, I want to hunt that one for sure, but and a 5k because why not, 5k is 5k though. Ooh, Bubbly up. Be a hundo, please. No? Okay, I figured as much.
He tried his hardest.
I know, right? But yeah, we're once again here to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game as much as you do. And of course, we are part of the Professor Network. Please check us out, professornetwork.com/Purified Podcast. Wonderful people to work with every single day of the week. Funny enough, I'm actually at Airbnb with them during Seattle Golf Fest, and a bunch of other people.
Probably got a bit of a party going on.
Bro, there's like JT Ballard and Jamal and a lot of other people. And this is like gonna be.
Dude, you gotta take some community pictures for sure.
Bro, we're gonna probably get hammered like every day.
Oh no!
Plus,
yeah, don't take those pictures.
No, right? But yeah, so man, this week, holy Jesus, this is probably the. I want to give this the best rating possible. For this week,
really,
I just feel like this is what Pokemon Go really is all about. When it came to this week, thank you so much, Mayor, for coming around. And nice haircut, Chris. Yes, nice haircut to the man itself. But I don't know. This week just felt like I grind, like an actual Pokemon Go grind. Go out, play the game, do this. There's a Milton in my house. I don't know why. But
you want some milk?
I want some milk. Anyways, but yeah, so it's everything. Like it hit all the notes for sure. We're definitely gonna recap it, how the adventure basically went from the beginning to end. The special ultra unlock research this Sunday, which was today, from 11 to 3, and all the shiny Sundos that we're about to talk about. So let's recap those and see what was our haul for the week.
Right, all right. You want me to start with the shinies and hundos first?
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want to share with us.
Okay. I didn't go too crazy, but was pleasantly surprised. I started this week with a shiny Bidoof.
Oof.
Everyone's favorite.
God itself,
yeah. I was pretty surprised by that. I go plussed a shiny Anorith.
Ooh.
So that was the first fossil Pokemon I got at this event.
Yeah.
And then I go plussed a shiny Skorupi, which I can't remember if it's my second or third, but I did have that one before. This one was new for me though. Today actually, I was able to go plus a shiny Dwebble. I'm 90% sure this is a new shiny for me. Other than that, I in the 30 minutes I was able to play on my lunch break for the event today, I did get one shiny Shieldon.
There you go.
So at least I got one of them. And I did get a Hundo Cranidos from a quest. So yeah, I really wanted that one. I recognized the CP right away, man.
Oh, I know, right? It's like 780 right there. It's like spicy.
Yeah. And then right after that, I grinded after work, and I wanted the shiny fossil Pokemon, but I got a shiny Lillipup, which is like my 5th or 6th one, so I wasn't too happy about that.
Well, I mean, share a couple of them because I still need like one more for the family, I think.
Yeah, and obviously caught plenty of the Tyrantrums and all that jazz. So, I'm really looking forward to seeing how that Pokemon is in Ultra League and everything in the future.
Oh, yeah.
But, I want to hear about the shinies you got, because I know you got a lot more than me out of this event.
Jeez. Well, aside from the event itself, we're going to start earlier in the week, but The week started actually like I don't know, like it started with a lot of things. We're gonna go over the Hondas first, just because of it. But we already know our Goffus Hondos and Panyar and Shuckle. Was it Panyar and Shuckle? Oh yeah, I remember now. Okay, so the event started on Tuesday, I believe. Even though Adventure should be starting on the Monday for this one, but I started with hatching eggs, just like any other hatcher. Hatch a Honda Ponyard, so I got finally something pretty good coming out of that. What works. When the event started,
Interesting.
right? And when the event started, I started doing as many research as possible, and funny enough, I actually got a Hondo Tyrantrum or Tridum. Then one of the new fossils is a Hondo, so which I'm actually very happy about. Then after that, I hatched a Shuckle from the 7K pool that we have from the event. So kudos to Chris, he's never gonna get this one.
Oh my gosh.
It would have been a Shanda, it could have been a Shanda. And then he would have actually killed me right there.
Dude, that would have been gorgeous.
I know, right? Uh, and I go plus two different Hondos on the same day, probably like 2.5 days ago or something. Anorat and Jangus, random Hondos 5 minutes apart with the Go
Huh.
plus. Just sitting probably in the same place. I don't know. Literally, I'm as confused as you. And then from the event itself, I did get a Hondo Shield on, which is my
Okay.
second one, but I'm okay with getting a second one for that reason.
Yeah, fill that family.
I know. All right, let's talk shinies. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Here we go. Uh, I got a lot of Groudons because I've been doing Groudons like you can imagine. I keep getting Groudons actually, so that's the difference. Traded a few Sukens and Raikus on some of the days since we have two special lucky trades. And then today itself, I started with a shiny Sitsukun. It's probably my fifth one too. Then, of course, the event shinies. I got 4 shiny Cranidos and 5 shiny Shieldons. Um, when I told you I went hard, I went hard. I cleared like at least 3 hotspots in 2 towns, really. Just because it was just loaded with Pokestops. And of course, the task itself for the event were like on point, like they were super easy to do. You didn't have to do much grinding from just of it. You had to hit as many Pokestops as possible to make sure that you actually get. There were some that require you to do a raid and battle in a gym and things like that, but everybody was throwing over gyms like crazy today. It's like, so it
Yeah,
was.
I do like that you can kind of choose which one you want to do,
Oh yeah,
and like delete the ones you don't want to do.
I did everything. Like I stacked up as many as possible. When I had like 3 battle in a race or super expected charge, I just go into the gym and quickly dispose of those.
Oh yeah.
I also caught a Kabuto, a shiny Kabuto. So again, it's like the third one I think I get or something. Which of course fossils can like me or not. There's actually 2 fossils that I haven't gotten the shiny of, and they're the Anorot and Lillipup. I have never gotten those shinies, and I was actually hoping to get them this week.
Anorith and which one?
And the other one, the
Oh,
Lilliped.
you really?
Yeah, I don't have
Dude,
those
I'm
shinies.
just saying, Cranidos, I'll hook you up.
Bro, these ones are way better than the ones that I'm looking for. Those
Hey, you
Lillipeds.
got 4.
That
You
doesn't
got
mean
it's
anything.
basically a calm day at that
Where's
point.
the
Like,
lucky friends when we need one? It's like, bro.
dude, I'll hook you up though. I'm telling you.
Right, yeah. It's incredible that the Gen 3 fossils that never want to shine for me. And I click on every single one. Oh, I got another 10k coin. Let's see what it is. And it is a Aldino. I actually got almost enough extra large candies to power that thing up. Anyways. Yeah, I'm probably out of eggs now. Yeah, I've got one more 2k egg probably hatching later today. Anyways. But yeah, so pretty good event shiny wise, and of course everything else that literally this week was just great. Now we had time research, special research. I'm sorry, time research, not special research, but we had a lot of tasks from regular research. We had good amount of raids where if you wanted to, you actually wanted to raid. Like I think Rogan Rolla is the only one that I'm still waiting to. So every now and see that I just like try to raid it. Of course, we have Unknown F back into raids for the entirety of the event. because of the Ultra Unlock and Ultra Adventure, of course. And spawns, just fossils, rock types. It was just a madhouse of every single fossil that we've seen. Tyrum and Amora have been a very good release. I really love those fossils. The ones that Shinies comes out are probably going to hunt them again. And of course, and there's the 2K. And then of course the 2 brand new Shinies that were released with this event, which I can't remember the names of it. Do you remember, Chris?
Arkin, and I don't know how to say the other one. Tortuga.
Yeah, Tortuga. I think that's right on that part. So those 2 brand new shinies, they were only on the Sega Cake pool and research. So you really had to nitpick and everything when it came to those to getting those. Now, of course, one side of it is free, the other one is paid if you really want to grind for it. But because they were out in the research, it wasn't really that hard to get a few of them. It was just a matter of playing and adventuring with the game. The research also for the Adventure Week, aside from the research day that we had today, were actually interesting but grindy when it comes down to it. We had, I think, the ones that you really wanted to do was earn 3 candies with your body to get the new shinies, or at least the encounters with the new shinies if possible. And the other one was hash 4 eggs. So either way, you needed to get those 2 tasks to get those 2 brand new fossils, shinies.
Oh, is that for the new shinies, or?
Yes, for the new shinies, yeah.
Yeah, and then walk 5 for the new fossil Pokemon,
correct.
Tyrantrum and
it was walk 5 for Tyrum and Amora. I know. You can say the ones from before, I can say the new ones. How about that? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So Amora and Tyrum were in the walk 5 and spin 25 Pokestops task. And then every other fossils were also in their respective research, but of course you don't want to do those. Shielded and Krynos were also in some of the research there too during the whole Adventure Week. However, because we had this event, it was a matter of just waiting for that day to get them, basically. So it wasn't. If you really knew how to pick and choose what you wanted to actually do, just getting the new shinies was more than enough, of course. Aerodactyl spawning plus Mega Aerodactyl was in raids. And Groudon, of course, was in 5K or in the 5 tier pool of legendaries. I can't talk today for some reason. Either way, I think that this event, again, I have to imply that it's probably one of the best events we had in a really, really, really long time. Top notch, over the top, cherry on top, whatever else you wanted. Like basically the whole cake was there. You had research, you had spawns, you had egg hatches, you had raids, you had everything. You had everything that you wanted to do, and it really turned out to be probably one of the best things that we had since probably even before GoFest or after the GoFest. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just been a long, long time since we actually had to grind and really play the game in all aspects. Like it covered all the bases. Any thoughts on what Adventure Week brought for you?
Personally, I'd rate it like a 9 or 9.5. In my opinion, I didn't like it as much as GoFest. Just because, I didn't have that, I really want to get this brand new shiny kind of feel. Because, we're searching all over the place, hoping to get that one quest or one egg hatch. It's a lot more random.
Right.
Is how I would put it. But yeah, don't get me wrong. Love the event. I think it definitely has the most Pokemon Go feel out of pretty much all the events.
Yes.
Even counting Halloween, which is my personal favorite, Christmas, and Easter, all those events. This one definitely gets their kind of vision, I feel like, the most.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just like you said, it covers everything that Niantic wants us to look into Pokemon Go when it comes to this size event. Some of the tasks were like, visit 2 new Pokestops. Of course, if you're in your same town, you basically couldn't do that task. But that was the shield.
That one was the hardest one for me.
Yeah, me too. And it was the Shielded and Krynos task. So again, because of the special research day, we really didn't have to worry about that too much. But it was there just in case, you wanted to get maybe an extra shiny or hundo when it comes down to it. But you really wanted to grind out and get things going with the new shinies and the new Pokemons. Tyrant and Amora, of course, half is their own their own meta relevance when it comes down to it. So um, it we will see how it shakes up. I don't think everybody will make a level 52 master or level 15 or anything like that when it comes down to Ultra League or Great League. I know they're not ranked high up in PB Poke or anything like that, so maybe in
Yeah,
a limited
I
meta,
didn't hear anything too crazy for them
right?
yet.
And the limited meta, of course, and maybe an unlimited meta when it comes down to it. Thank you so much for joining us for today's podcast. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give it this event just a 10 out of 10, no matter what. I mean, everything just showed it hit all the points that I felt as a Pokemon Go player. Even if I wasn't grinding, if I was grinding for a level 50 or something, still hit every single hit for me, like everything that I wanted to. Even your body was interacting, and the mega energy levels and everything. Like I felt like I was playing the entire event through everything that I know about Pokemon Go. So it really feels like something like this can be implemented to other events if they know what they're doing right in the end of the day. What the heck is that emote? um, but yeah, 10 out of 10 when it comes down to the event. We didn't really talk much about the special research, but again, if you hit a lot of Pokestops, it's cool. There was also the special sky that Amora was actually pointing out if you were playing throughout the hours of. So if you actually go into Pokemon Go during the hours where Amora was spawning, you actually see the Aurora sky in Pokemon Go when it
Oh,
comes down to it.
that's what was messing up in my game.
Yeah, so it was kind of cool. I wish I took a picture. I'm pretty sure if you go to Twitter, you actually see it all around. But that was actually
Okay.
a good addition when it came down to that. It was a specific hours, of course, and out of the 4 hours, 2 hours for each one of the new fossils. They weren't as abundant as maybe people were wanting to, but
Nah,
I
yeah,
do
nah.
believe there was more than enough. Luckily enough for me, I think during Tyrum hour, I just kept getting windy weather, and I just see more and more because he is a dragon type too. So I was lucky enough to get at least a good chunk of them. As for Amora, it was a little less. I think I had to rotate during one of the hours of Amora, so it kind of messed up my spawns at one point. But I still see I was running an instance and everything, so I saw quite a bit of them too from there. And again, the day. And hey,
Yeah,
thank you for
I
coming.
only got one of each. I mean, I was stuck at work, but it was nice getting at least one. Funny enough, that you mentioned the Aurora weather. I logged into the game during that hour, and literally the sky just turned pitch black.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey,
I
you
was like,
thought there was
"Oh,
something wrong?
whoa!"
You thought there was something wrong or something?
There wasn't any lights.
Yeah,
There wasn't any of that going on.
it
It
was.
was just pitch black.
It was
For mine, I
significantly
mean.
it was significantly like subtle when it comes down to it. If you actually turn more into the sky and I see a little bit better, maybe during an encounter or something, you actually see
Maybe.
those kind of things. But it was still
'Cause
subtle enough when the change was, and I actually liked it because you never get to see something interesting when it comes down to in game, at least aside from fireworks and confetti and all that. So
I feel like I needed to reset or something. But yeah, it definitely surprised me.
and you were wondering what the heck was happening until I mentioned something. But yeah, so again, not too. It really was a great event, and hopefully Niantic can take away from this that an event doesn't have to be like like it doesn't have to be extravagant to hit all the points for the player. I think that most players, and I know there's a few that they really can have an adventure when it comes down to it. But yeah, it just hit a lot of the players. It hit right, and the adventure itself of the weekend, the special research. A lot of people are comparing it to GoFest, which I actually don't think that's a good comparison. A lot of people saying, "Oh, this is what I get from a free event to what I get into a paid event for $15." There's a lot of bigger picture out there when it comes to GoFest that a lot of people are not pointing out, and I really hate that about it. I probably think that at some point we should probably talk about it in the podcast, but I don't think that that's the best time right now because everybody's just still kind of like in the woo saying I didn't get the best GoFest experience and all that. But I'm not gonna get into the negatives of it because we already talked about our experience. It doesn't matter at this point. We still have 3 more GoFests going around plus another one in the end of the month or at the end of the summer. So we got a long ways to go. Maybe at the end of
Yeah.
everything and all the events, maybe that's when we'll actually talk about what could be or what could have been a better event when it comes down to it. Anyways, but
Okay.
yeah, So Adventure Week, great edition. But we have more news to cover. Of course, we have some things coming up in the next few weeks. Aside from my birthday, yeah. So let's get right into the research topics of today. Um, I'll let this Chris just go ahead and take over this first event.
All right. All right. All right. Okay. We're gonna celebrate the Pokemon TCG Pokemon Go expansion with the Pokemon TCG crossover event. So we knew it was gonna happen. Um, and it actually has a little bit more going on than I thought it would, honestly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's definitely a lot when it comes to covering this event for sure. So as we already know, the TCG and Pokemon Go are crossing over. And with that, we got a brand new Pokemon and a lot of things that are actually going to mention to this. So if you don't know TCG, Pokemon TCG, I mean, it's basically the card game. We're going to have a special Pikachu, which we kind of figured that was going to be the case. Again, point one.
Every time.
When point one for Luis, because I literally predicted this. But yeah, so as a part of the collaboration, we're also celebrating Pokemon Go with the Pokemon TCG crossover events. This event sees the debut of Pikachu wearing the Pokemon TCG hat. Mewtwo, the no Shadow Ball or Psych Strike may also appear in raids. What's more, if you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny Melton. And that's not all. We have more information to come about. So, again, Shiny Melton, it's coming back to Pokemon Go. We can obtain it at any point if you actually open the special box for Melton every 3 days, but the shiny will now be available once again for players to actually obtain. I knew this was happening, point 2 for Luis, because literally we knew that this was going to happen.
Oh yeah.
So the event itself will start on June 16, on Thursday, June 16 at 10 a.m. to Thursday, June 30th. So it's basically a full week worth of this event. The Pokemon debuting in this event will be Wimpod and Gallispot, and the Pikachu, of course, wearing the TCG cat, which can be shiny. However, though, Wimpod will need 400 candies to evolve to Gallispot.
Oh no.
Yeah, so
And why do I feel like it's gonna be like Abra, where you throw one ball and if it busts out, it's gonna run?
because that's how the mechanics of the main games worked back then.
It's gonna be brutal.
It's gonna be an interesting one. But then also Melton. The key to catching Melton is the mystery box, which can be obtained by sending Pokemon from Pokemon Go to Pokemon Home or the Nintendo Switch titles Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. When you use the mystery box during the event, you'll be able to counter shiny Melton if you're lucky, of course. The time that you have to wait before you can open the mystery box again will be reduced during this event. We have it at the standard 3 days as the recording of this podcast, of course. I believe that maybe, just maybe, we'll have it either every 2 days or every 24 hours, which, if that's the case, everybody's going to have a Melton and a level 50 Melton once this event ends. But it will be actually pretty good. Melton, it's a powerhouse in Master League. It has some availability in the Ultra League and the Great League too, so I do believe that if this is your chance, this is your chance. Again, you don't have to get Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee to get the Melton box. You just have to have a subscription to Home or just a free the free service to Home.
Yeah.
And then just offer one Pokemon per waiting time. Once the timer hits 0 on the Melton box, you'll be able to send the Pokemon again and able to open the box once again. So
also, correct me if I'm wrong, but it is one of the few mythicals that, or really the only mythical that you can put in a gym, right?
correct. And Melton is the only mythical Pokemon of Pokemon Go that can be put
It's a very good Pokemon to have, even if you're a casual player, for fighting the Rocket Grunts.
Correct. There is another mention about this box. I think this one dodged the nerf of the incense. So I believe that even as stationary, you get one Melton per minute or one per Melton every 30 seconds. I'm not entirely sure. I can have to confirm that before the next week. We'll have
You already know I'm going to be jogging.
Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, so Melton, still a very powerful Pokemon in all its mythical forms. It is basically the only Pokemon that we can actually call our own because we are the Pokemon Go players since day one. So And it's just amazing because this Pokemon was born and released, and you got something. What the hell you got?
No, that was just I did you hear that?
What?
No, my video with the video started playing full blast. I was screaming.
Luckily, I didn't hear it. I don't think anybody else heard it.
Thank you, Discord.
Yeah, I know, right? But yes, again, Melton was born technically in Pokemon Go, and then was transferred to the main series games afterwards. Has a Gigantamax form in Sword and Shield. It just appears in many different lore and things like that when it comes to Melton itself. But again, it's just a great Pokemon altogether. But let's continue on. So the collection challenge will be centered or theme around Pokemon's featured in the TCG and Pokemon Go. What am I getting invited to? Okay, I'll see if I can do it. Some will be harder than others, just like collecting the TCG cards will be available beginning on Thursday, June 16, and will run until the 30th, of course. You can complete them, all receiving rewards of experience, lore module, and incubator. You'll also be able to encounter Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise, and Melton throughout this whole entire time or collector challenge. And that's not all. You keep collecting, going to another 3 collection challenges available beginning on June 23rd. Okay. And running until June 30th. You can complete them all to earn additional encounters with Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise. Fun fact, every single one of them can be shiny. So just make sure you do as much as you can. And then, of course, collect them all. I mean, that's really all about collecting. Now, we have the spawn pool for this. It is a huge one. So we're going to go over real quick here. So the spawn pool, the wild encounter spawn pool will be Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Charmander, Charmeleon, Squirtle, Wartortle, Alolan, Rattata, the Pikachu with a hat, Slowpoke, Magikarp, Eevee, Spinarak, Natu, Apon, Numel, Bidoof, the new Wimpod. And if you're lucky, you might encounter things like Onix, Chansey, Snorlax, Dragonite, and Slaking all in the wild. So I want to say 99% of the Pokemon here are shiny available, so that's actually insane too. So pretty good spawn pool. I believe that all of these Pokemon will be appearing in the TCG set too, so keep that in mind. Other featured Pokemon. So it says right here, Lunatone and Solrock will also be featured in the TCG, so Pokemon Go and the Pokemon Go expansion. In celebration, these Pokemon will be appearing in the wild around the world for the duration of the event. After the event ends, Lunatone will appear in the Western Hemisphere and Solrock will appear in the Eastern Hemisphere. So the switch of the rock Pokemons, Lunatone and Solrock, will be happening after this event, but you have the chance to get both of them in the same region for the duration of the event. So
Okay.
that sounds pretty good. I believe because I don't think they're gonna do I don't know, an Eclipse event or anything like that they used to before. Just because this is an interesting switch to do it at something at this event. I'm not sure why, but I guess it's because of summer coming around the corner now. So that's actually interesting too. Field Reach stacks will counter things like Ivysaur, Charmeleon, Wartortle, Pikachu, and the Wimpods. And if you're lucky, you might encounter ones with Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise, Snorlax, Dragonite, and Slaking. Okay.
Definitely looking for that Snorlax, boy.
That's probably the only one that we're gonna care about the entire time. Hopefully, they don't do it like one of those insane tasks. However,
I mean, extra large grind is really the only other reason for everything else, I feel like.
I mean, we have the wild spawns too, so even getting a Charmeleon and Ivysaur and Wartortle is not too bad for the extra.
Yeah, if they're a hard one, nah.
Yeah, definitely not. For raids, we have 1-star raids. Chansey's in the 1-star raid. Larvitar, Timber, and Wimpot. And then we have 3-star raids, Alolan Executor, Snorlax, Dragonite, and Slaking. And the 5-stars will, of course, be the Mewtwo. However, the Megas will actually be the rotating Venusaur, Charizard, both Charizard forms, and Blastoise. So, kind of interesting to see Chansey in 1-stars. I know that the pool itself is big enough to maybe not see it as often. Still pretty cool for the extra large candy. So
yeah, definitely a lot easier too.
Oh, I mean, have you ever thought about Chansey actually ever being in 1-stars at all? I would think that was
in 3-stars. It's rough.
Yeah, I know, right? So keep in mind, she's still a chunky one. So in that case, maybe. But that's it. That's the event of TCG. However, we for TCG fans, we have more news and more information about the cards appearing in the TCG. I think I believe PokeBeach already has all the information from the Japanese set.
I was gonna say I just saw a new one. I don't know about a lot of the other ones though.
Right. Says right here the Pokemon Go set fully revealed, at least in the Japanese area. So we have quite a bit of the set already spoiled for us. We don't know the full list for the English set, but we'll see when that comes out. But just like they mentioned, the Bulbasaur line, the Charizard line, Radiant, Venusaur, Radiant, Charizard, and Blastoise, the new Shiny Radiance, of course, Lapras, Gyarados, Articuno, the birds, Winsipod and Golisopod are also there. Pikachu, two different types of Pikachu actually. Mewtwo with the Beastart on it. Sylveon is in the set, which is actually pretty cool. Tyranitar line is also in there. Conkeldurr is there. Melton, which I believe I always predicted that Melton and Melton and Gigantamax Melton was going to be in the set. Thank you so much. Another point for Luis. Dragonite is amazing. I always loved it. Chansey on the gym. The Ditto. Radiant Eevee, Slaking is also in the set. We also have things like Incubator, Rare Candy, Lure Modules, the whole line of the leaders, Pokestops. I guess the energies are still the same, but anyways. And then, of course, we'll see some of the alternate arts happening to appear online already. We have the Mewtwo alternate art, which I think they already released that in the English set. And then
I did see that one actually revealed for English before the Japanese one came out.
And then a brand new one that was just released is an alternate art Conkeldurr, basically Conkeldurr in a stadium, or at least being in the field of the stadium, which is actually a lot of people are saying that a little lackluster. I can see that interesting of it, but still, Conkeldurr alt art, not too bad.
So. Like some people, I think the people that were asking why Conkeldurr don't understand that it's pretty relevant in Master League for one thing.
It's also relevant on gyms and raids too, if you think about it. It's probably one of the best fighter attackers in Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I could understand Machamp too, but they literally just showed him some limelight in Astral Radiance, the other Pokemon Go set that just came out.
Yes, definitely.
But people were making fun of its art, saying like, "Oh, he's just standing there." But I'm like, would you rather have it looking like this, or would you rather have the regular full arts that are in Pokemon cards?
Right.
That's my question, because I haven't seen a single full art from the Pokemon Go set yet.
Correct. Aside from probably the leaders, full arts,
yes.
Full art leaders, full art professor, research, which. Professor Wheeler being our professor. I gotta say that he's my professor now. So, but yeah, so there's a lot of things that we're still excited about. That I believe the Japanese set is actually coming out this coming week. On June 17, we'll release in Japan the Pokemon Go set, so a lot of people are already going a little bit ham on trying to get some of the product there. However, I will wait for the English set as much as I want to get the Japanese set. I don't think I have the money for the Japanese set, unless somebody want to pay me something for my birthday, So that'd be nice. But I'll wait for the English set to come out in July 1st. I believe that's when it comes out. However, there is one little giveaway that I'll do at the end of this podcast and for the remainder of the week, of course. Just because the TCG crossover is coming, and this is another chance to get another Melton for that reason. So we'll keep that in mind. But that is the TCG crossover event. Very cool that they're doing something like this. I always love crossovers between different games, different genres of gameplay when it comes to the Pokemon universe. So, because in the end of the day, I believe that we are the multiverse of Pokemon. So, we'll keep that in mind when it comes down to it. So, TCG crossover details completed. Anyhow, we have one more piece of news, and everybody's excited about this because it's a long time coming Pokemon. Chris, what are we arguing?
Well, June 2022 Community Day is going to be Dino. So, if you weren't able to score the shiny or the hundo or both, you're very excited for this.
Yeah.
I've got a few of the shinies, but I think I still need the hundo for sure. So definitely looking forward to this comp day.
Definitely. I only have one shiny dino, friend, that I got a year ago from the Go Fest, 2021 Go Fest. But either way, still never got the Hondo, surprisingly. Which when you do enough, it doesn't do enough.
Oh, you'll get it now.
I'll get it now, and I'll go ham for it for those 3 hours. But yes, so Saturday, June 25th, at from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So again, another day community day, not the afternoon community day. Dino will be appearing more frequently in the wild as the June community day Pokemon. If you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny one. The feature attack, if you avoid Swellows into Hydreigon during this hour, up to 5 hours afterwards, to get the Hydreigon to know the charge attack Brutal Swing. Brutal Swing will have 65% power both in training battles and gyms and raids. Any thoughts on this, Chris?
Definitely very interested in the move because I do like it when they have the power the same for both. For one thing, because it kind of feels like they're nerfing it when they lower the power for one or the other. I hear that people think it's going to be a two bar move.
It could happen.
Um,
It could happen.
and it does have a snarl and dragon breath as a quick move,
Yeah.
so it's pretty diverse.
Yes.
It's not really going to help it too much versus its fairy weakness though. So we'll see what happens here.
Dude, very weakness. Levy, thank you so much for the subscription. But yes, it's still a interesting to say that Hydreigon will now have something that will useful as his Dark type more than his Dragon type because he gets Draco Meteor and all that. So,
I thought he got foul play too, but I might be wrong.
well, again, just like you said, having a lot of dark moves is not viable when it comes down to especially since you can make Gyarados every now and then.
Oh, Dark Pulse, my bad.
Yeah, so still, Hydreigon getting this brand new move is new. So, event bonuses, and there's actually a lot for when it comes down to the event bonuses. So, 1 for hash distance when placing eggs in incubators, of course. 2 times catch candy for catching the Pokemon. Instance during the event will last for 3 hours. 1 additional special trade can be made during the event and up to 5 hours after the maximum for 3 for the day. Since we have 2 from the Season of Go and the new one from the event itself, we have 3 special trades per day. So take advantage of that if you can. 2 times catch candy or to receive Dino Candy XL from catching Dino. The low modules will last for 3 hours, and the snapshots, of course. And then trades made during the event up to 5 hours to the event will require 50% less Stardust. So a lot of bonuses. A lot of bonuses.
It's like a trade event then, more than anything else.
I mean, we got more to cover for sure, but this event is actually looking pretty spicy for a lot of the players out there. Dino just being a pseudo legendary Pokemon in itself. So
Yeah.
look for the Hondo. Anyways, bonuses for groups. So work together to unlock additional bonuses. If enough Pokemon are caught with the help from a single Lord module, Swellows will be appearing in the wild too. So, I mean, it happens, right?
I mean, no shiny chance, but extra large candy grind. Hello.
My Altera is almost maxed out to level 3, so I'm gonna be actually grinding the XL during this.
Yeah.
Yes.
What day is this on?
Saturday, June 25th. Yes.
Yo, if I'm off, yeah, I'll be grinding.
Bro, just call it off, brother. I don't care.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a bad influence. Don't get me wrong. But anyway, so there is a little bit more when it comes down to this, and the reason why it extended to up to 5 hours of the event or something like that. So bonus raid battles after community day. So starting 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. local time on that same day. We're excited to announce that trainers can look forward to even more fun during June's community day. After the 3-hour community event ends, trainers will be able to challenge unique 4-star raid battles claiming victory. In one of these raids will cause more dinos to appear around the gym that was hosted the raid for 30 minutes. Please note that the community day bonuses listed above in the event bonuses and bonus for groups section will only apply to the 3-hour community day period. So the extra large candy, the extra stuff, and all those this, of course, will not imply, but still, more dino spawns when it comes down to it. the 4 stars. And before we continue on, thank you so much, Mr. Foe, for coming in. So yesterday I did a ground under when my ult it was a hundo, and today I did my free raid and ult again and it was a hundo. Lucky you. Lucky you. Anyway, so the 4-star will be Swilus. Will appear in 4-star raids, band together with your fellow traders to emerge victorious. This raids, and this is the bolded point of the blog post. This race will only be accessible with raid passes or premium raid passes. Remote passes cannot be used to complete this raid, so you will not be able to invite people to this 4-star raid Swilus.
Because they don't want you getting the dino at home, basically.
No, because it just doesn't make sense. Why would you want to get a Swilus, a 4-star Swilus, which in technicality is a little bit harder to get, and just not get the bonuses of the raid or the bonuses of raids around the gym? You're not going to be able to. I mean, there's no point. There's really no point. I mean, if you need extra help, however, why do you need help? Just get your fairy types out. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Mega evolve the damn fairy.
I'm pretty sure with one fairy, you should just be able to take it out.
Well, it is a 4-star. They did say that this raid is technically a little bit harder than the traditional 4-star raids that we actually have. It also has a special new silhouette for 4-stars. So 4-stars are back. This is the first time we see them back since the last change in the gyms. Congratulations, Mr. Phone. I mean, really, you're doing great there. I wish I could have all those handles. However, a lot of people are talking about this a little bit more, and they're also saying that this is like this small transition coming out of the remote raid passes. I believe
I can see that. Yeah,
I can see it too, for the reason that I know that Niantic still wants us to start coming out of the woodworks and stop doing remote raid passes as much as possible these days. The incentives of extra large candy and mega energy during the in-person race has been a standard now. But again, remote raid passes are not going away just yet. I believe they're not going to take it out at all. They're just making it more difficult for remotes to actually be part of the gameplay itself.
Okay.
Again, I don't think that it's a bad thing. I still think it's a really good thing. And it's only throughout these moments you still be able to do remote raids everywhere else. All the other raids are still eligible for remote raiding anyway. So the bonus, of course, will be that with the dino appearing in a 300-meter radius around the gym after it appears. If you're lucky, you may get a shiny dino. And note, this says the dino that appears during this circumstance will have the same chance as appearing as a shiny Pokemon and thus appears during June's Community 3-hour event. So still have the 125 chance of being shiny once they spawn around the gym.
That's so interesting.
So that's pretty cool, and I really like the ability of it. We have the special research $1 story, of course. Special research Field Notes Dino. Yeah, no, why Niantic? You gotta come up with better names here. Stay tuned, of course, when the tickets go live. You can friend the ticket if you want to, and certain restrictions apply. Okay? Stickers. We have the stickers bundles for Dino for all the community today. They look pretty cool. I like them. I'll probably try to get as many stickers. I am sending more stickers now for some reason.
I like that as well as sticker a lot.
Yeah, I know, right? Especially
the Hydreigon.
Right. And then the Dino hats, which we were able to obtain through one of the seasons a couple months back. However, it will actually be available for you to purchase in the in-game shop for 150 coins. So if you weren't able to actually complete the research, which you should have at this point, 150 coins is for you to get those hats. So if you really want to actually play hardcore, just put on the hat on. So that's all you gotta do. You get the Hando Shando luck that way, But yeah, that's Dino Community Day. Another well thought out community day. Even the new community manager actually posted things about this, and she was super excited to actually announce this because we know how the community has been changing over time since the last few community days, just because of the change of the 3-hour gameplay, the less spawns, or whatever the case may be when it comes to community day. This is actually a very good safe way to say, hey, we still want you to play community day, but this is what you can do afterwards. So if you don't want to play as much as you can those 3 hours, you still have a chance of encountering more dinos if you just do a little bit more work overall. Any thoughts on this, Chris?
I definitely think it's a very good change. Because Community Day is supposed to be just that, right? Getting together and playing with a bunch of your friends.
Mm-hmm.
And this definitely promotes a lot of teamwork. For doing the different raids together, and just that you get those extra dinos after doing the raid is a really cool idea. I really like that.
Yes, I do believe that that's something. Of course, some people are usually tired after 3 hours, and they're probably not gonna do
Yeah.
much. If you grind enough, you probably don't need to do any of this race. So you
You're like, oh,
do.
I didn't get the Shundo yet. Oh
I know,
man,
right?
gotta
Oh my
keep
god,
going.
dude! This actually feels like a community day. Just like a lot of people were actually complaining about. Why is it only 3 hours when it's called a community day? Well, there's your answer. How about that? Here's the
Yeah,
compromise when it comes down to it. I love it.
I will say, if you were working, before that during the community day, like I'm probably going to.
Nope.
At least you can get those tiny bits of dino after the fact, which I really like.
Well, after 3 hours, I'm probably gonna try to stay around if people need some help or anything. But if you just hit me up, I'll see what I can do. If you need some help,
I'll send you a remote pet.
I'd be like, I can't. Never mind.
Stop sending that.
That's I know, right? But again, it really satisfies that Niantic is listening to the community. It understands that the change from 3 hours to 6 hours, it's a little bit, it was bad in some cases, but this is the compromise that they got. You still be able to, get the dinos in any time of during the community day hours, and especially during the raid hours for this. But here's the thing, you even don't have to do the raid. Once somebody completes it, it's gonna spawn the dinos for everybody. This is like a lore and a lore. So just get a group going, do all the raids as you can, 30 minutes on every one of the gems, and you're good. I mean, I don't see a bad thing when it comes down to it. I don't know how many hours are going to be. Like, I don't know if every dino will be appearing or every Swallow will appear in every 30 minutes. But the Swallows will start appearing, I believe, once the event starts or the second half of the event of Community Day starts. Once it pops up, you'll be able to do it. It will spawn for 30 minutes. The next deck comes up, things like that, just like any other raids when it comes down to it. So, again, that will also give Niantic the feedback that they need to know how well a lot of people are willing to stick around, or how many people were actually why is there a what a Sceptile just spawned in my house
No.
in recent under
Too
2500.
bad he's not mega yet.
I know, right? I'm working on that too, so I'm working on all those megas that I need to get anyways. But yeah, so Niantic will get this feedback as much as possible to know if people are willing to go the extra mile, or even for people who can't make it to the original 3 hour event, if they get a group together and just start doing all those. Man, look at that candy. But yeah, I really like how they're compromising, how Niantic is compromising with a lot of the hate that's going on when it comes to Community Day. So hope to see more of this in the future and adjust accordingly to what people are liking in the future for that case. So yeah, that's June Community Day. Again, another exciting time to come around. So I think that's it. I think don't have any more news to cover. I believe that there wasn't anything more to talk about, but the month's still fresh. Well, it's only the second week of the month, so we'll see how it goes for the rest of the adventures we have around here. So, PvP section, get good, get right. Here we go, Chris. GBL Cash Cup with the GoFest edition. Nope.
Yeah, I thought about it, and it's interesting, but at the same time, it's kind of weird that they'd want to make a catch cup when they're doing other events, because then it becomes like Go Fest Cup or Adventure Week Cup, or something like that. That's the way I see it. It's really a waste of dust, though, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand, because like you'll use the Pokemon one day and then I don't think they're eligible the next day, right? I don't remember.
Well, I mean, we're technically in the Ultra League right now, so yeah, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, I've just been doing open Ultra League.
Mm-hmm. How's that going for you?
It goes all right. Usually Talonflame, Giratina, and Walrein is pretty strong. I used to have Walrein in the lead, but I felt like it was a lot easier to get hard countered with Walrein in the lead
Right.
than with Talonflame in the lead, funny enough.
Definitely, definitely. Uh, that's a first. But yeah, it's what it is. I haven't done one GBL match at all this season so far. I just there's no incentive for me to do it.
I
So.
believe in you. It's the way I think of it is it's a little bit of extra Pokemon encounters.
That's true. That's true. Not too shabby when it comes down to it, I guess. I'll probably once next week. I believe next week is Master League, so that's when I'm gonna shine again.
Yeah, that's your time to shine.
Yeah. Plus, I do have a little bit of an incentive, which is the win 15 battles for the level 50 challenge. So
Okay.
I gotta get through those and eventually. So Master League is gonna be my go-to league for me. So
Okay.
and the grind this never stops. I'm probably almost close to finishing up a Groudon. I was this close to finishing the Kyogre. I'm probably gonna do a couple more trades and transfers to see if I can get the extra large candies, anyways.
Okay.
But yeah, that's that. And then factions update.
Well,
Oof.
this week wasn't fantastic. I think we fought Ghost Pepper Dunspice before. I'm not sure. Because this is one of our battles in the silver tier. It didn't go fantabulous. I think this was my first. Yeah, no, this was my first loss of the season. Going 1-2, and as a team we went 7-14. So it's not a good spot to be in for this season. So our captain said we need to fight every single battle with the mentality that we're fighting for our lives. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We have a very strong suspicion who we're going to be battling next week. And, we're very, very much looking forward to, putting our battle brains on.
Yeah, we'll see. But you gotta get those. Just gotta get those wins, brother. That's all you gotta do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it is, but well, you learn and
Yeah,
learn.
you live and you learn, and you battle another day.
Say that a couple times. How about that? Anyhow, but yeah, I want to say congratulations, but again, I can't say congratulations. You didn't win anything this time, so.
Oh my!
Congratulations on losing, my friend. You will be good next time. But yeah, so with that being said, that's all the news we have. If anything else pops up before I even end the podcast, that depends on it. Topic question of the week. Last week, we actually wanted to ask you how was your experience at Pokemon Go Fest 2022, of course. What was your biggest win? Bonus if you share anything on Twitter. You can pretty much say that I forgot to actually post it on Twitter, so...
yeah, I was about to say, I was like, I don't remember reading that.
Yeah, I'll post it this week too, so you guys can show it. I know probably.
Yeah, call it the throwback.
The throwback. Yeah, there you go.
Throwback post.
Throwback week. There you go. This week though, was this Adventure Week, better than GoFest? What are your thoughts? The reason why I really want to ask this is because I know a lot of people are saying a lot of those things. We'll probably not cover it next week, but I do want to start asking this question just to see what was the ups and downs when it comes down to it. Really, the comparison when it comes to something that it's pretty much there with full out shinies and everything, plus something that GoFest with increased shinies and everything. So,
it's very interesting too because you have to pay for GoFest, at least for the the real experience.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to pay for something like Adventure Week.
Right. And again, I see a bigger picture when it comes to what GoFest really entitles. If you really think about it, it's like just by having two of the regionals, which at this point is really hard to get, Torkoal and Tropius spawning in the pool, it saves you a shit ton of money from actually having to travel and going over there. So
yeah, time and money.
Time and money, correct. So it just by that alone, I believe the $15 is worth the cost to be able to actually get those spawns to appear in front of you. But there's a lot of other battles when it comes down to it. But that's the reason why I'm asking this question this week. So again, was this week something like Adventure Week better than GoFest? Please give us your thoughts and constructive feedback if you can. We'll post it as soon as the podcast goes live in podcast feeds, if I remember. Anyways, anything else, Chris?
Nothing I can think of. But yeah, this Pokemon Go TCG event, while it doesn't look on the same level as Adventure Week, I am looking forward to it.
Yes, I do believe that there's much to come when it comes to this event itself. And of course, by the time it actually starts, the TCG set in Japan will be out. So we'll see how everybody reacts to the polls and everything. It is how it is. But thank you once again for listening to the podcast and coming to our stream here, the podcast feed. Just make sure you check us out on any of the podcast feeds out there. We are in Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify. If you want to listen to us rant, if you can leave us a review, we would greatly appreciate it. It helps out a lot. We have our socials, the Purified Podcast, Pure Let It Go, and Pokemon Trigger Please. If you want to interact with us or share anything, our questions of the week should be on the Purified Podcast. Then we have our email, purifiedpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to, write more than a 20-long tweet or share anything else with us, you can make sure you can email us at that. We can join our Discord. It is on the link below. And, of course, on Twitch and anything, you can just share with us. And if you need to be added, just let us know. And then, of course, don't forget to check us out at thepurifiedpodcast.com, the Professor Network, if you want to see more information there. With that being said, Chris, while I do this at non-rate, take us away for the night.
All right. Okay. It's been a fabulous week of adventuring. There's been plenty of shinies to try and grab, and a lot of new Pokemon adding to the pool. So I hope you guys were able to, complete more of your Pokédex. Get out there and grind, and definitely a lot to look forward to. Hope you guys catch up with us next week as we keep getting closer and closer to the Pokemon Go TCG that we're very much looking forward to.
Okay. My wallet will cry, but yes.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be a fun one.
Yes.
Okay, peace out, guys.
Keep purifying them, everybody. We'll see you guys next time.